You know, man, like this show, for 3 years, bro, we never shied away from any topic.
Right.
We never shied away from tackling anything. We did this year. Because I knew I couldn't have no beef. I knew I couldn't respond to disrespect, right? I knew, for lack of a better word, I couldn't be too black. What makes me sad is, even in trying to adjust to be at least more of what certain people wanted, they still fired me. When I go home, and this kid, you know, from the West Bank, is like so accepted in New Orleans now. Like, I wouldn't change that. You know, never. You know, like, all I ever wanted to do was be accepted. You know, and want it. So yeah, like that, I wouldn't change. You know? If you ask me, probably the first, like, Monday of football, when all my friends get to do something like we did, like, super special together, yeah, I'd probably change it. You know? I'd probably work harder to, like, be who they wanted me to be.
So a lot of people are still talking about this situation with Ryan Clark being canned by ESPN. Now he's responding on his show, The Pivot Podcast. And Ryan Clark is very good. Ryan Clark, though, he's a very emotional person. He's a very strong-willed and emotional person. And he has no problem with shedding a tear, right? And as you can see, he was saying that, you know, he just wanted to be accepted by his people. He wanted, and what he means by that is, he wanted to get to that high platform, but still remain black, still remain who he is, still remain, keep his cultural integrity, right? So he tackled issues in black about things that happen with black folks, and he didn't tiptoe through the tulips, right? He said things, and sometimes he was perceived as threatening. He wasn't, you know, words I like to use like cracker friendly. Right? He wasn't like that. He spoke his mind, and he didn't have a problem with getting at you if he felt like you was out of line. But when things happen to black people, he used the platform to speak out, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So now they fire him on while he's working. A lot of people are upset about this, but I'm not. I'm gonna tell you why. We're in a day and time now where you got to build your own platforms. You got to come with leverage. Now, people say, well, Pat McAfee came with leverage, but Pat McAfee built this platform, came with leverage, but he's also a W. He also looks like the people that employs him. They also more comfortable with him, right? Right? So he has different leverage. The thing is with Ryan, you got to build your own, man. The same way Shannon Sharp and Gilbert Arenas and them did, right? And you're capable of doing it. Now, Emmanuel Acho, he came out. Y'all remember he came out and made a statement and got out in front of this also.
Executives are cowards. That is my reaction. Executives are cowards. It's cowardly. On NFL Live. NFL Live, a show that's for the last 2 years won back-to-back Emmy Awards for best daily sports show. And you're going to fire an anchor of that show? No, to me, it is cowardly to fire a man in the midst of him working for a show that he has built up to Emmy level and Emmy quality.
So now there's a lot of W's that don't like Ryan Clark, because he ain't the Negro to take his hat off and put it on his chest and say, yes, sir, boss, no, boss. I'll do whatever you tell me, boss. I'll read that prompt. Oh, you want me to go against my own people? I'll do all that, boss. I'm sorry, boss. I didn't mean to look at you, boss. I'm sorry. Yes, boss. I'm sorry. He don't do all that. He don't do all that. He stand on his own merit, right? And that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. So now you have W's coming out saying he ain't built nothing, right? We did this. We created the platform for that Joker. That's what they're saying.
The original build was Mark Malone, myself, Mike Golick, and Merrill Hodge. And not only did we build it, it went from NFL Tonight the first time,
Right.
Changed it to NFL Live. It was built long before it. All we did was heat up the seat for somebody else to come and fill it. Or should I say, try to fill it. NFL Live does a nice job when they're sticking to football and when they're talking sports. Does a nice job. I'll be at any time. I'll put this out there. Anytime you want to get me and then Mark Schlereth comes along, phenomenal. Add Darren Woodson and Eric Allen to it, phenomenal. Then Mark Malone's contract was up. He went bring in Trey Wingo, phenomenal host. NFL Live was when you say built it, you're trying to tell me that it was. We didn't build the foundation on sand. We built that steel and concrete. That doesn't mean other people weren't good and doesn't mean they're not good now. But built it? Your ass. Give me a break. Give me a break. It's not even the comparison is almost embarrassing that I have to sit up here and do this. And I don't address things. I just don't, because this is comical, embarrassing, hyperbolic.
Basically, what that W did in his tirade and all his cuss words was basically saying, we stick to sports over here. We don't talk about issues pertaining to black people now. Because issues pertaining to W folks, they don't have no problem with doing that. So this is where people say race bait and all this kind of stuff. They control the media. They are the ultimate race baiters. See, y'all can't run that small time stuff over here on Bishop. I don't play that. They are the ultimate race baiters. We get called race baiters because we have to beg the media to actually present our case and our stories. They have control of the media. And they get to portray your image in any way they want. They get to race bait you all the time, right? And even make you believe their lies. They present it to you so much, right? So y'all don't even understand what you up against and what they're doing to you, man. A lot of your thoughts ain't even your thoughts. They created those thoughts for you in the box, man, and placed you in that box. And you can't even see yourself out of it, right? But Stephen A. Snitch, he also felt some type of way about this because he's powerless, right? He came on and y'all remember he said this.
And he's not somebody that I just loved working with. He's somebody that I love, period. That I will always be here for in every way, shape, form imaginable that I can. I just wish that I could have been in enough of an influential or powerful position to prevent his exit from happening.
So that's the W folks, showing their strength and their power. Man, Stephen A. ain't got no power. We don't care how much money we give you. You don't run nothing over here. We run this. We tell you what to do and how to do things. That's why Stephen A. went and built his own platform, his Stephen A. platform, right? Y'all remember when they was making fun of us YouTubers, right? Those of us that do YouTube, right? Now they all got channels and they building their thing up because that's the way that you do it. That's the way the corporations is doing business with what you already coming to the table with, right? So that's what Ryan Clark is going to have to do. The Stephen A. model, you can't do that because they can get rid of you at any given time. Now, they got rid of W folks too, right? But this is the one that made the big news because of the way that they did it. Because they was trying to stick it to him. We know that, right? But he's responded, right? And let's listen to what he says in his response, because he's saying that, basically saying that he got fired because of racism because he couldn't be black. We know that, but some things I feel like keep some things to yourself and just go out there and be great. Just go out there and build. Go out there and do what Gilbert Arenas and Shannon Sharp and them did. You ain't got to tell you. We already know it. You ain't got to say it. Just go be great.
The time. And so I'm already feeling something. And you go into that Friday, and Greeny had said and Peter had exchanged a couple of times that neither one of them ever played. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about CeeDee Lamb, and I tried to be very thoughtful in the way I approached it because I wasn't trying to say you don't have an opinion because you didn't play. I was trying to say you have a different opinion because you didn't play. And maybe I didn't get that across in the right way, right? I can accept that. But then he raises his voice at me. He's like, don't belittle me and this and this. And in the moment, I'm like, I'm on TV. I'm not gonna have that back and forth. Let me be calm, let me de-escalate this, and let me truly explain what I mean, that the in-helmet perspective is different than the out-of-helmet perspective. And so we get in the break, man, and I walk off, right? Because I'm upset, because I'm knowing what's gonna happen because he said I belittled him and he raised his voice at me. And he's like celebrating the segment, like it's a great segment, but I'm already knowing the person who loves you don't love me, and they make decisions here, and we just had that happen. Yeah. And while he's celebrating, I'm just telling him, like, man, like, don't effing disrespect me like that. Because I'm knowing what's going to happen. Now, at this point, I'm standing over here, right? I've gotten out of my chair, which is 2 away from him. I'm standing over there. And obviously, they recorded and they showed me the video. And I'm talking to people who've been there for 12 years, man. And they like, We thought you were gonna get aggressive. What? The person you've been knowing all this time who never did anything, who's never had an altercation here, was gonna get aggressive from over there? So now you're trying to paint this angry black man trope of me that you know is not true, but I'm starting to feel the narrative. I feel what you're doing. You get me on the phone and people are telling me you gotta work better with people. Work better with who? Everybody I work with loves me. Like, real talk. Everybody I work with, they F with me the long way. Like, I ain't the best teammate. Hell, Jason Kelsey called me just to tell me that. Wow. And so I was just seeing the narrative that was being pushed and seeing the way it was going. And then even that, much like what happened with Outkick with my firing, they leaked that video. And when they showing me this video, it's the video from the control room. So if that's gonna get released, that's somebody that works for us.
Yeah.
Right, you've been here 12 years, you have this incident, I want people to know that about you. I'm getting calls, we got the video. The video's been leaked. We're gonna show this. And honestly, I was trying to keep my job at the time. I should have told him, show it. Show him that he celebrated. Show him that I walked away. Show him that I was a 46-year-old man that said the F word from 15 feet away from somebody. But me and Peter talked.
Yeah.
Me and Peter fixed that. Me and Peter had the conversation. Me and Peter moved on from it, right? And what I wanted to do from him from that point on, because I heard what he said, I never wanted to make him feel that way, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So anything he wanted to do on TV, any point he made, any conversation he wanted to have, I was gonna have it with him. I was gonna support him. I was gonna be a good teammate, because that's what I did for everybody else. And like, that was unfortunate, but that's not why I'm fired.
So, see, this is the thing. You make the statements that the people that love him don't love you. You was already on edge because you already knew that they was going to come for you because of the blow up that you had, because they looking at you as the angry Negro. So now you on here, you crying. Don't cry. Don't show tear. Don't show that emotion. Right? I believe that you showing, I understand what you're doing is good, and I commend you for speaking up for black issues and stuff like that. But don't show these jackals, these Beelzebubians, that type of emotion. Just go out here and be great. Go out here and be who you always been. Go out here and be great. Go out here being undrafted, coming into the NFL, man, having a great career, right? And then creating a Pivot podcast, being a great speaker. Go out here and be who you always been. Just go out here and be great. You don't have to show them weakness. You don't have to show them that they winning anything. Right? Just go out here and do what you gotta do. We already know what we up against and what we're dealing with. And then you got a lot of black people that's going to speak out against you because they want to ingratiate themselves up under the W folks. So just all you got to do is go out here and be great, man. But shout out to Ryan Clark, man. He spoke out. My only critique to him is stop showing so much emotion and when talking about these people, man. Don't let them see you like that. All right? Because that's their goal. But if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.